About a month ago, Pastor Jim asked me to do this. Asked if I would consider doing this, and I told him yes. Writing the piece wasn't too difficult because I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to say. Presenting it in front of all of you, that's a whole other matter. I'm a bit nervous, so wish me luck and pull me through. This is my story. I lost my wife, Denise, to cancer in the year 2006. She was 44 years old. It all happened within a span of 6 months. By the summer of 2006, I was a single father of 2 teenage girls. I felt empty and numb. I had my work, which had always been mind-numbing to a degree, and now became even more so. And I had my girls, Stephanie and Kimberly, my one salvation. But I had to be careful not to expect too much of or depend too much on them. They were teenage girls after all, and they would need their space if they were to mature into healthy, independent adults. I knew I needed something to help fill this big hole in my life, but was not motivated to seek answers, solutions. Then one day in the fall of 2006, I got a call from a pastor, Jim Hollister. He invited me to meet with him. We did not know each other. He had learned of me through a mutual biking friend. My family was not attending any church in 2006. We found religion to be more divisive than uniting, churches more exclusive than inclusive, and Christians more judgmental than accepting. I realized I needed something in my life, something that would give me more of a life. I just doubted whether trying out another church was the answer or would be much help. Yet I agreed to meet with Pastor Jim. We had biking in common, and he seemed to be very open-minded, was a good listener. Maybe his congregation would exhibit similar traits. I decided to give First Congregational of Sheboygan a try. It's now the fall of 2021. 15 years since I first met with Pastor Jim and gave FCC a try. Much has changed in my life. It no longer seems empty, and I no longer feel numb. I have grown in so many ways. My girls have become the healthy, independent adults I wished for. And I now have 2 son-in-laws and 3 grandchildren. I would say that life is good and that FCC played a vital role in helping me regain my life. From the moment I joined FCC, I felt welcomed. What became apparent almost immediately was that I could be whoever it was I happened to be and still be accepted in this loving community. I choose my words carefully here when referring to FCC as a loving community rather than a Protestant church or a house of faith or a religious establishment. I'm sure there are members who think of FCC in these terms, and that is perfectly okay. It just happens to be the love this community exudes that has helped sustain me and helped me grow these past 15 years. It didn't just happen. I needed to get involved, to give in order to receive. Not easy for a loner like me. But the welcoming, loving attitude of this community made it possible. For starters, I began attending FCC Sunday morning worship, a time for reflection, renewal, and fellowship. I joined some other FCC members for Wednesday evening bike rides and made some new friends. I attended a seminar discussion group hosted by FCC and learned about the geography of grace and met a lot of wonderful people. I joined an FCC book club, read some good books, had interesting conversation, and made more friends. I became a member of FCC's Christian Service Board and helped distribute funds to deserving not-for-profit organizations. I joined a group of FCC Christmas carolers and we sang our hearts out at a local retirement home. I became a lay reader and faced my fear of public speaking. I picked up and delivered soup from local restaurants for the annual Meals on Wheels fundraiser and got to witness and appreciate the inner workings of some of our local restaurant kitchens. I joined the FCC softball team where I was reminded of what it means to play well with others. My softball teammates are now my friends. I was a member of the Pastoral Relations Committee and now have a greater appreciation of just how hard our pastors work and how much they care about us. I attended another seminar discussion group hosted by FCC and learned about the link between science, religion, and an evolving faith, and interacted with more wonderful people. I worked on the Capital campaign and visited FCC members in their homes. On one visit, I noticed a cribbage board about the size of a small surfboard mounted on the wall of the members' kitchen. These members are now my friends through cribbage and FCC. I served coffee at Saturday morning SEALs meals, a community breakfast hosted by FCC, and enjoyed meeting so many people from the greater Sheboygan community. I planted vegetables in FCC's Eden's Bluff garden, enjoyed getting my hands dirty, and learned a bit about gardening from our experts. I began going on more bike rides with other FCC members and made more friends. I was honored and humbled to have twice attained saint status on behalf of FCC's confirmation program. Another FCC member and myself started up a cribbage group. More fun, more friends. On dreary Wednesday evenings in January, I attended and became re-energized at the FCC hosted Food for Body, Mind, and Spirit. I've been honored to mentor 3 young men during their confirmation journeys and learned as much from them as they from me. I joined with other FCC volunteers on Earth Day cleanups doing our part for the environment. Some FCC friends invited me to play pickleball, and I learned a new game and strengthened friendships. I participated in FCC-hosted meditation sessions and learned to let go and relax. I worked on a Habitat for Humanity build with other FCC volunteers, and although not very handy, felt I was doing something constructive for the community. I feel like I have grown in so many ways through my involvement here at FCC. I often wonder what my life would be like these 15 years later if Pastor Jim hadn't called me. A year ago, I was diagnosed with diffuse large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer for short. I went through 6 months of chemotherapy. This FCC community, along with a wider group of loving friends, were there for me every step of the way, preparing and delivering my meals, walking my dog Buster, shopping for and delivering my groceries, sending me cards and gifts and snacks, going on walks and bike riding with me on my strong days, just sitting and talking with me on my not-so-strong days. The outpouring of love and support was unwavering and warmed my heart in ways I can't even begin to describe. My faith journey has been a complicated one, and I grapple with the concept of God. I'm pretty sure I experienced God during my 6 months of chemo. Not God as a being, but God as a state of being, as in loving and caring for one another. That's what God means to me, and that's what this FCC community means to me. As you contemplate pledging your time, talent, and financial resources, think of all the ways FCC helps spread love throughout this community and throughout your life, and give as you are able. Amen.